Hello, good evening, and welcome to another exciting moment of investment education, information, analysis, and I'm Abayomi Obabolujo. Today, we're going to be bringing to you fresh information. Apparently, some of you would probably have known about this, but when we get to talk about it, it only goes to add to what you have always known. But it might also be coming as fresh information, education to some. At that, you got to be extremely attentive. You will also do me a favor. You will do the economy a favor. You will do our nation a favor. If you could just pick your call, please pick your phone, rather make a call to a friend, a family member, somebody you've been encouraging to invest and then to plan for life. Now, let me quickly say this. I know it might take a measure of time. I read in the social media, a couple of days back, people are always saying since President Buhari came to Nigeria, came to be, dollar was so amount. This is how much dollar is exchanging for against the naira. Now they will say rice is so amount now against how much it was then. Vehicles so amount now and against how much they were before. But the question that somebody, the writer of the owner of the opinion put forth is that when a Volkswagen Beetle was selling for about 1,500 naira, how many did you buy? When a lady's bicycle or motorcycle rather was being sold maybe for 4,500, or a Peugeot car was selling for 5,000, 6,000 naira, how many did you buy? And the truth of the matter is that the economy had always been difficult. When I was in secondary school, back in mid-80s, I tell you, there were students that were sent home because they couldn't afford school fee. So it is not about who the president is. It is not about who the governor is. That is not also an excuse for our leaders to be docile and do nothing. But it is all about what you see, what you do, how much you are able to save, how much you are able to invest. And that is why this platform, this that we do every time, is relevant to your life. I've got complete house today. Malam Garba Kurfi is in the house early. And then our friend Aruna Kibira is also in the house. I'm going to go on a short break. When I return, it will be an explosive session. You cannot afford to miss it. I will be right back.
This is the future. This is the time to do more. Give more. Help more. Be more. A future where more compassion and more empathy will make us more human. A future where more technologies and more digital platforms will help bring more people to safety and prosperity. Welcome to the future. Here, you can be more with us. Access, more than banking.
Welcome back. Now please help me or join me in welcoming Malam Garba Kurfi. Is the Managing Director, APT Securities and Funds Limited. Member, Nigerian Stock Exchange. Malam, you are welcome.
I'm happy to be with you.
And then our friend, Aruna Kibira. He also is the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Global View Capital Limited. Also, member, Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Thank you for having me.
The two of you are looking good. All right, Aruna. Malam predicted that the market was going to improve last week. All right, and upper week he did say so casual. Last Sunday he said so casually, and that was what we saw. Your tie is looking good. Your shirt is looking good. Your face looking. Is that the proceed of the improving market?
You know, we thank God, but I know that the market was up, but this is a show of hard work that had been before.
Okay, Malam, the market moved according to your expectation, your prediction. All right, I ought to be bringing this question much later, but let me fast forward it. What will be your expectation for the market this week?
My expectation is that the market will continue going up.
But the truth is that, Malam, you have never seen any time that you expect the market to be down.
Well, the truth of the matter that our market is grossly underpriced. Most of our stock are trading at the PE ratio of 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
It's never done anywhere.
Yeah.
Secondly, this market has promised beyond our expectation. Look, I'm highly delighted when I got an interim dividend of 1 naira. When I least expected this one for the last 10 years from the company. And there's many hopes.
Mention the company.
Lafarge.
All right.
They did it, and we're happy with that. And that is an ISO for the rest. I tell you that next year you will see other men join the vanguard.
Okay, let's quickly go through what we really have for you today. There are quite much, and I hope time will permit us to cover all. If time doesn't permit us to cover all, we hang it here. We continue on the radio by the grace of God. Well, I'm very sure you will have heard that MTN and Airtel Africa obtained already CBN's approval in principle to launch payment services in Nigeria. In the case of MTN Nigeria Communications PLC, it announced that it has obtained an approval in principle, AIP, from the Central Bank of Nigeria to launch its proposed Momo Payment Service Bank Limited. Right? Airtel Africa, on the other hand, also announced that it has obtained an approval in principle also to launch its payment service arm in Nigeria known as Smart Cash Payment Service Bank Limited. The two of them, frontline telecommunication outfit in Nigeria, are proposing to establish a bank. Though we know that these are approvals in principle, Aruna, I start from you. But are these two telecommunication giants establishing a form of banks, or what are they saying?
Yeah, it's going to be a form of bank, but I think the idea behind it is that CBN wanted to carry banking services to beyond the reach of the commercial banks to get to the root, especially to increase a financial inclusion drive by the CBN.
Mala, if this is so, how will their entry into the financial markets affect existing banks in Nigeria?
I think it is totally going to change the banking services. You remember, in the 80s and 90s, you have to walk into the banks for anything. It was in the 2000 banks started walking into the company looking for you to even offer you a credit.
Yeah.
Now it go beyond that. With this fintechs, today, no doubt that we have over 160 active lines across the nation. Our total banking active account, they are not more than 40 million. That is just cover 20%. Well, the telecom cover more than 60%. And this is where we want to go. People in the village, they can have access, you can reach them, and therefore we don't want to only reach them on token. We also want to reach them in cash. Yes, by this approval in principle, it means that the telecom services, wherever they can reach you, they can also deliver your money.
Malam, I want to put the next question to you. With this competition, we know the capacity of these telecommunication organizations. What happened to our investments in bank stocks on the floors of the NGX?
It's just a challenge to the banking sector that they have to wake up. They were all after COT charges, bank charges. No. Go and do. Everybody knows that bank make money by lending. So go for lending. Telecom, they are not going to lend anything. They are just extending the money. There is a lot of cash in the hand of people.
Aruna,
and telecom will make it easier to exchange.
Let me ask you one funny question here. Apparently, I saw the prices of MTN and that of Airtel growing last week. As a matter of fact, they appeared within the first 10 highest percentage gainers on the floors of the NGX last week. Now, will that be in response to this news that they are coming up with their own banks?
It definitely was it, because it is believed that by the time they begin to assess this grassroots. They believe that it's going to add both to their top line and their bottom line. The market solve value in what they are going to do. When you say approval in principle, we all know that they are almost there. They believe that by the time these banks actually come to be, there's no way that will not affect their bottom line.
Madam, let me put this question to you. As an investment strategy, you see, at any point in time, there will always be options when it comes to equity selection, where to invest and where not to invest. Now, with this, which of these groups will you say will be more attractive? Do I sell my traditional bank stocks, put the money in MTN, though their prices are relatively higher, and Airtel, or I remain the way I am?
No, you cannot change banking with the telecom. But for sure, the telecom, they are going to have more value by 2022. And we are very delighted with what CBN did. And we hope CBN will restrict it to only those telecom that are quoted. Those telecom that are not quoted,
should not be considered.
Yes, now, because when you are quoted, you are for all.
Mala, you are a die-hard capital.
Yes, we want it. So those who are not quoted, let them not get AIB.
You are saying this, but some of those companies that are quoted are getting delisted. So what are we talking about?
Look, the question is that those who get delisted, if we change our rules, they will get listed back.
All right, let's go to the next. Naira gains at official and parallel market. The exchange rate between the Naira and the US dollar got to about 414 Naira 73 kobo against a dollar last week. The Naira also gained at the parallel market. I mean, the parallel market, people from the village of Malam that we see all around. Malam. All right, touching around 535. I am in manufacturing. I import items, and I've done exchange at about 580 or even more in the course of this year. Now seeing it at about 535 Naira. The Naira was seen, I've said that. Okay, now I put the question to you, Aruna, around economics. What are the notable factors in support of the Naira such that the rate will just begin to improve in the market?
I think what happened last week, let me explain it. You know, when there is a glut in demand and there is bound to be increase in price, I think what happened was that there was a CBN intervention. They make dollar available. I think that was what corrected the pricing of the market.
Is this sustainable? Or
it depends. If we did also intervene next week, we did also intervene the upper week. I think what they discovered that the Naira was, the rate the Naira was exchanging for dollar was getting high. So all they do was to bring in more dollars to crash the price.
Okay, but don't forget, this is end of the year.
Yes.
A lot of Nigerians in the diaspora, they are sending their dollars because they are all in preparation for the end of celebration and Xmas, New Year. All these are what Africans value, Nigerians in particular.
So you expect this to be sustained?
A lot more inflow from the diaspora, and this will, with the increase of the price of the crude oil, it shows that the dollar is not likely going to go up. So those who are for speculative, they have no reason than to start selling. A lot of people accumulated dollar in speculation of the price to hit 600 Naira. Now it's not going there. The rest is they start selling because they know from now to early January the price will continue going down.
Now, Malam, if that is the case, what is the likely impact or effect of this on the stock market?
It's very certain. Once there is more dollar, what it means that for those who want to get exit, they can sell and get their dollar take out. But I will see more inflow because of this expectation of the year result. Remember, most of our company declare their 12 months result by January. And by March, you wait for your dividend. So the right investors will start taking position now. So I see more inflow even from the foreign investors' portfolio, and therefore there is likely going to have a wash of dollars, and the likely price of Naira will rise much better from now to January.
And when the price of Naira improves against the dollar, Are you saying that it makes equity investment profitable or not?
It depends. It makes some time, because when there is demand of the product, the price goes up. And don't forget that we have a lot of portfolio that even by the undertaking, they have to acquire some of the emerging stock to balance their portfolio before the end of the year. Because there is an undertaking. Certain percentage should be for this emerging market, certain percentage should be for frontier market. If you don't have that position, you have to bring more dollars, buy more to balance your portfolio. So those corrections are likely going to happen, and all this for the advantage of the market.
Now, Aruna, we know that, like I just said, I'm in manufacturing. I bring in goods and I use some of those raw materials that are not manufactured here. So the market price of dollar actually has a lot of impact. If this is sustained, what industry do you think I should strategically position in the market?
You have just said it is first of all hit the manufacturing sector. At least it will help to bring a cost down.
All right. Okay, we look at the other one. You see, this is one of the very reasons why you should stay logged on to this program, because this information is at the market arena. But who really has taken the time to analyze it, as we are going to be doing now? And this is the simple information. Moody's downgrades Dangote cement ratings to B2, outlook negative. Now listen to me. They say, according to Moody is a rating agency. In Nigeria, I can remember of only one, but they Augusto. All right, maybe there are others I really cannot remember, but I know of Augusto. Okay, according to Moody's, for Dangote Cement long-term corporate family rating, CFR is downgraded from to B2 from B1. The national scale long-term corporate family rating of Dangote Cement by Moody's is also downgraded to AA3.ng from AA2.ng. The probability of default rating, PDR, is downgraded to B2 PD from B1 PD. First, Malam, you are a chartered accountant, and I know you are closer to the industry. First, what is the significance of rating? Who is Moody?
Moody is an international agency that all foreign investors never doubt their ratings. Augusta is more of the local rating agency. So they need Moody rating agency to believe whatever our local agency rating is going to do. So foreign investors, they value it very much. And not only that one, even the global investors like World Bank, they all look into this rating before lending into this. Don't forget that Dangote Cement is an industry that indicated that in the very near future will be launching a London Stock Exchange. So they need this rating very high. And for downgrading their rating, I trust Alhaji. He will go and look and see that whatever it needs to do, he will do it to make sure that before the end of the year, all these ratings are at least back to where they were before, or even gaining more. Because there is no reason for this. Cement demand is beyond their capacity.
I'll tell you.
There is cash. Yes. There is cash.
As a matter of fact, the product is cash.
Anytime as they produce, they will get the buyer.
Yes.
So there is no reason for this. You don't have bad debt, and the demand is beyond your capacity, and there is a market for you, both local and internationally. So why is the rating coming down? I believe he will look into it and did. And don't forget that because of excess cash he had, he has already declared that he's going to buy back. And this stock, I believe whatever the price is today, the price will change by the end of the year because he will buy more of it. Last year he bought a lot of it, and now he won't buy more of it. And don't forget that anytime he buys these shares, he cancels them. What means the existing one that you decided to hold, the value goes up. Last year, all the trading closed around 240, 245. Today, we are talking of 280. And what it means that by the end of the year, it can hit 300 naira. I believe you. This is a stock that is just a matter of time. I don't be surprised if we start pricing Dangote per $1.
Aruna, now, with what Malam has said, are you skewing behind him that I should go and buy Dangote cement?
No, I believe that Dangote cement will do better, but what we should look at it, Moody have their own modalities. They have what they are looking for. I think this downgrade was because of the increase in dollar in Dangote cement company capital structure. And what is also discovered that is increasing their currency risk because their cash flow are generated in naira. That is just the reason. It's not that because they did not talk anything about the cement business, which is key. They just feel that because they are increasing their dollar constituent of their capital, there might be risk, currency risk.
So which means it's not really
it's not a big deal. I believe that he said that by the time Alhaji look into it and put it in proper perspective, we may not see Dangote where we are seeing it. Like it's due to it, I think it's actually have the ability of getting to 300.
Right, but our time is fast spent. We still have a lot to do. Let's just move ahead. Otherwise, I'm seeing the charts now. I will have said we should do a little bit about that, but let's leave that. 5.4 million shares of Stanbic IBTC Holdings being purchased by Stanbic Africa Holdings Limited. Well, this should stand to firm up the price of Stanbic IBTC, if I'm not mistaken. But does that make the stock attractive?
So one of the things I see in Stanbic IBTC is it's a portfolio stabilizer. You don't have the clout to either drop the price or take the price up. It is where they want it to be. That is where we always be.
Malam, when I see majority shareholder in a company like this buying more, whether they are making profit or they are declaring losses, with what we have seen in the market in the last couple of months, particularly in the last 1-2 years, whereby this one get delisted, they move their stock to NASD, I get afraid. Malam, are you sure that in the nearest future, when Stanbic IBTC or Stanbic Stanbic Africa Holdings Limited will have acquired maybe like 75, 80%, 90%, they will come to say they are delisting?
Well, it's not impossible, but my concern, why are the regulators? Whether it's Stanbic Africa, whether it's Stanbic Nigeria, is Stanbic. So as far as concerned, once they are mopping the little one that is available for the market, they will make the market completely dry. I always get shocked when I hear Nestle is buying Nestle. When I hear Stanbic is buying Stanbic. Where are we Nigerians? We should try to take position and hold to our holding.
Okay. With this, Madam, let me put the question to you. Will you advise long or short-term hold of Stanbic IBTC stock, or I should just forget about it because there are so many others? I've got access, I've got
for me,
FPNH.
what are you holding for? Are you holding for dividend? You get better options. If you are holding it for the sake of holding it, fine. But truly, this is not the stock, it's a defensive stock. No price changes, hardly see it trading below 39 naira, hardly going beyond 50. So to me, it doesn't give me the required margin. Well, there is many other banking stock that can do better. I better go for those.
Do you believe in what Mala has just said, or you have?
I said it before, there's no volatility in that stock.
And so long as there is no volatility,
so there's no opportunity to take.
What about dividend yield? Is it not in this stock?
Is it better in that stock than in others?
And also that with the last result we saw for the Q3 was not even impressive.
Yeah, so instead of you to stay put, you look for other.
They didn't say buy. They didn't say don't buy. They didn't say sell. They didn't say whatever. But they have spoken. It is in your hands to take the right decision. Now, external borrowing. Nigerian Senate approves President Buhari's request to borrow $16 billion and €1 billion. The upper chamber also granted component of $125 million. The loans are to be funded by the World Bank, China Exim Bank, industrial and commercial banks, as well as African Development Bank, AFDB, among others. Borrowing. Malam, one borrowing after the previous borrowing. Are we safe?
Well, to me, we have no option. Because if you want the development to continue, the infrastructure to be, where is the money? The generated revenue is used for the servicing of the debt. So what is left? Nothing. So we have to borrow to continue where we are, or else everything will stand still.
Malam is an accountant. You are an economist. You might have a divergent opinion.
The only fear I have is that as we continue to amount this borrowing, at what particular point in time will it begin to pay back? If we are using what we have the revenue now to service the debt, when do we begin to pay back the capital?
Do you know what I found out in borrowing, Malam, particularly those that are issuing bond? When you issue bond, and then it is time for you...
You reissue.
You
reissue.
So this...
It's a continuous cycle. Not only that one, we are bad saving. Look, when we had the windfall, at that time the Minister of Finance begged us to save. We say we are not saving. So we better borrow now, so that when the wind will come, you have to just go and pay. Since even during the windfall, you are not saving, so you better get somebody who borrow for you so that you know you are owing, so you must pay.
We will go on a short break. When we return, it will be an explosive session of equity analysis. Don't change this channel.
First Money is Nigeria's biggest and most preferred agent banking network. Thanks to First Money, millions of people are living their dreams. Meet some First Money agents who are driving this.
First Money is the best POS that we use in my area. I started with one container beside me. This is my main branch. I have up to 7 branches.
With First Money, I've been able to employ 6 staffs, which 5 are female. So I see First Money as a business to employ and also to empower ladies.
Through First Money, over 1 million people across Nigeria have their financial services needs met daily. In all the accessible local government areas, you are bound to find First Money agents. With First Money, we're bringing financial inclusion and the many benefits that come with it. You first, First Bank.
Welcome back. Now we go straight to market analysis. In the course of last week, to end the second major trading weeks on the floors of the Nigerian Exchange Group, the All-Share Index was up 2.95%, market capitalization was also up 2.95%, volume was up 3.03%, value was up 69.25%, deals down 14.91%, but year-to-date market capitalization 7.19 growth, and all-share index of the NGX was up for 7.41%. The market recorded some improvements last week. Was it expected or a game of chance?
Well, it was expected because this issue of the approval in principle was over the weekend, and the team began to see the effect of the market on Monday. But I believe that First Bank also have a strong move on Friday to consolidate what we are saying.
Malam, value grew substantially. What's the source? Was the value a general market thing, or was just brought about by performances of a few stocks?
Liquidity and correction of our portfolio balances. So fund managers are expected to play the market because they want to correct their portfolio balances before the end of the year. That will increase liquidity into the market, and that make a lot of companies to have price appreciation, even for the coming week.
Even this week, you expect this to continue?
Yes, we expect this.
Okay. Please don't forget that a clip of all, not even clip, full detail, everything as it is, of what we do here will be made available on our website, stocksng.com, STOCKSNG, stocks in plural, stocksng.com. All right? And all the previous episodes, analysis, all my writing. I think when it comes to writing on retirement in this country, I don't think anybody has written the number of articles I have written on retirement, on children education, or kiddies finance, and others. They are there on the website, stocksng.com. Just take your time, stay with the website, move from one page to the other, and then you get fully educated, you get fully informed. Also, let me say that from Monday at 8:45 to 9 in the morning, Monday through to Friday, we are on Metro 97.7 FM for 15 minutes, right? And a clip of all that we do here will be on the radio Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Thursday, our retirement episode comes on air. And on Friday, you got the opportunity to actually send in messages, and we take the entire 15 minutes to respond to your questions. You can join our platforms where we discuss equity investment. It is on Telegram. That suggests that you got to download Telegram app on your phone, and then you call Ruth or Yomi or Wally. They will give you the link and much more. Things need be done better and best. We need to improve. If you are waiting for the Securities and Exchange Commission only to improve the market, you'll be getting it wrong. If you are waiting for the NGS alone, to improve the market, you'll be getting it wrong. Those that should be involved include you, include me. We are bringing out the strongest shareholders association. Go on your Facebook. As of today, I think we have roughly 192 people who have indicated to be members. That is on Facebook alone. We want to increase it. Maybe before the end of the year or very early in 2022, we'll be converging with a workshop, investment education, and again, we share information also on that platform. Just go on your Facebook and click Avid Shareholders. Become a member. Now, looking at the gainers, what I can see is that gains were not really substantial, which means to me the market was still hugely or largely under pressure, in the sense that Nimet, which was the highest gainer, only grew 12.50%, Resta 12.18%, Airtel Africa 11.76%, and then MTN grew 8.77%. All right, the growth was mild. What do you think?
But you can see that it was, we are coming from a week where we have losses. I believe the market is just trying to tell you that it's waking up from that pressure that we saw in the first trading week of November.
Malam, do you believe that? Because I believe that if the market was coming from a weak point, the growth should actually be substantial.
Look, when you want the elephant to dance, you have to get ready.
Okay.
MTN and Airtel, this single two company control more than 35% of the entire market. So if these two gain, what happened to the all share index? For me, the gainers are big enough, but the beauty of it, they all gain on the base on the expectation. But what makes me delighted, a stock like Unilever, stock like First Bank, which have not yet declared their Q3, they are also gaining. It shows you the other bank will come with the rally. And it shows you that, look, the rally is not over.
Is it a rally or market resistance, so to speak? I don't want to.
I don't think that is the market resistance. The market have done the resistance in the September. Now it's just the rally. Last year we experienced it in October, November, December. This year we are experiencing it. Let's see what will happen by the end of December. It's a rally. They have just started.
Okay. I keep my fingers crossed.
Okay.
I will also not call it resistant because the market is growing. I don't think if it's resistant, that may would have still like 0.01, that down or up. So the market is set to rally.
If it is a rally, I should expect something in the region. In a week, the market can grow, a stock can grow like 45%.
But you saw what happened, there was profit taken in the first week of November. At least, and even this week, there's other review. They were also.
So what I'm saying significantly is that the market is resisting further losses. I might not necessarily see this as a rally, and let me prove it to you. If you look at the percentage losers too, you see that it is almost in the same pattern as the gains. Corn oil lost 14.90%, which was the highest. And thereafter, Farmadeco Computer Warehouse, Bagger, Custodian, Multiverse, Regency Alliance, Prestige, all the rest of them, they all lost 10% and below. So to me, the market is in between. I wouldn't call this a rally, but that is not an issue. We wait to see. I saw FBN crossing 12 naira. Maybe I should put the question to Mala. Where is this coming from again?
Look, you know, there is many interest in the First Bank. But they have seen the way, and everybody want to try his luck. And those who have not crossed 5%, they want to see what they can do, because if you are 5% and above, you are what we call exclusive right, because now you cannot trade for this period up to the time that they release their result. So the other one that they are not up to there, they also want to catch up. And that rally is just the beginning for the First Bank. And I assure you, the other bank will follow the suit. Because people trust Nigerians. If they try it one, they will try it others.
You see why you must log on to this program. We give you information that you don't get. Anyway, Aruna, I put it to you. I know why First Bank is moving. I can tell now why MTN is moving. I can tell why Airtel Africa is moving. Why is Nimet moving?
I think they released their Q4 result. The turnover grew by 7.3%, and any per share growth was 61%. And the market is believing that if they pay 6.5 kobo from 11 kobo of the previous year, representing 59%, there's every possibility at 17 kobo, 17.7 kobo, they might likely do 11 kobo. That was what the market responded to.
Okay, we go to losers now. Madam, I will start from Computer Warehouse Group. They came to say they are doing reconstruction. And immediately, the market began to price them low. We could say 9.73% decline last week. Is that not the market saying we are not welcoming your share reconstruction?
Well, you see, shareholders, investors, the market never welcome share reconstructions. Because share reconstruction, in most cases, is only good if you are good.
If you are good.
And most of those companies, they go for share construction, they are not good enough. And therefore, the shareholder is not happy with losing his holding. He rather cut off his loss. And that is what you are seeing in CNG. But I want to go back to corn oil. I told you, this is not the company that I trust with. So when I see that, I'm not surprised. So honestly speaking, when you see the other oil company, they are going up, corn oil is the other way around, it shows the response of the owner. So the owner must show confidence of your company, show your peers to the shareholder, and that will be reflected in your price.
You know what you are telling me, Malam? You are telling me that basically what we invest in is more than mere name.
Yes.
But we invest also in the major owners and the key managers of the company, which means what makes a company basically are the people.
Yes. And the presence of the shareholders, especially those stakeholders, because they will say one or two things. And that is delighted in the mind of the investors. But we call for AGM, you are not there. Your statement is to write home about how do you expect your price to be going high?
Do you see why we need to converge as shareholders? We force him to get there. If you don't want, maybe they should just manage and get delisted. Pay all of us back.
Well, what we are saying that we don't want him to be delisted, we want him to change.
If he doesn't want to change, what happens?
No, he must change.
He must change.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's leave okay, maybe we talk about multiverse. We saw it moving up the other day. One thing I like the market is that you don't just move up without any meaningful factor, any meaningful reason. The market will price you down. I guess that was
exactly what happened. 2 kobo loss. That 100,000 can do.
No, my concern is that these multiples, you know what they are doing? They are into query.
Yes.
And construction is going all
everywhere,
over.
Every time.
So why can't they make money? I cannot understand it.
I know that their managing director, if they have not changed the majority, he used to be my friend, but we have not communicated. in a long, long while. I will try as much as possible
To reach out.
reach him to know what is really happening there, because it's just quiet. Okay, he used to visit me back in days, but I don't know where he is as we speak. Regency and Custodian didn't perform badly in their Q3. I don't know. Why is the market still not pricing them well and they are losing?
You were trying to make us to understand that about that week that the market was trying to resist losses. I think this were part of the casualty that we saw with the market for that. I've always told you, if for me, I don't think I would even look at the way of assurance. I think the market is able to try to make us to understand that the performance is not enough to make them to hang on to the prices where we saw them 2 weeks ago.
But the truth of the matter is that Regency had always performed well. Gospel truth. I've not spoken with their managing director in the last maybe 2 years or thereabout, but the company had always done well. Malam, no matter what, since they got listed on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, now NGX, there was never a year that they didn't give dividend, if at all, maybe 1 year.
Even Prestige is not among the bad insurance
Yes,
companies.
Prestige is very.
So, but the market, be what it may, at time maybe pressure of the sellers can push you down, even if you are doing well. So I look at it that way.
I think we should still look critically at some insurance company, because it is not possible, Malam, for all of them in that industry to become unbuyable, unattractive. We're talking about Universal the other time.
They are viable, but one has to be patient. And some of them, because of the bonus they declare, they go back with reconstruction, so they end up confusing the investors. But the truth of the matter, yes, look at Mansa. They give, they take, and they put
Malam,
people
but
in the
when we were
confusion.
talking about the reconstruction of Mansa,
It was supporting
you were
them.
supporting them.
Even now, I support Mansa. And I have no doubt their earning is strong enough. And I can tell you that whatever price you see for Mansa is just a matter of time.
So, in other words, reconstruction is not good for that company, but it is good for Mansa.
No, it's good because their earning improved tremendously.
Okay.
And when your earning improved tremendously, even when they have lower earning, they pay dividend. Now they have good earning. So I expect good dividend from this year.
I don't know, it's like,
But the thing is that, like what is said, that it's only a company that is not doing well that will not be. It will not be better for them to do share reconstruction. But the question I want to ask, why do you want to do share reconstruction in the first instance? Because we are not doing well. Because no matter
people see share
no matter
reconstruction
how
as a form of
bogus, no
re-engineering.
matter how bogus your share in issue
Is.
and you are making enough earnings to support it, the market will price your stock well.
Yeah.
It's because it's bogus, and the returns that you are making is not commensurate enough to hold that your price. That is why instead
That is not the only reason why you do share construction. You do share construction to reduce the floating units. Stambik did it. Since the time the Stambik did share construction, today you don't see Stambik available.
Is that good for the market?
No, hold on. And that is what makes their price now to be stable. If they have large quantity, like Zenith, like assets, like First Bank, where they have over 33 billion, they cannot control the inflow. But today, Stambik, they have just about 12 billion, and therefore the inflow is minimum. No. So to me, you can do reconstruction even where you are doing well, but you want to reduce your inflow. And this happened to Unity Bank. They have 120 billion. They reduce it to 12 billion. How can they even pay the 120 billion? The 12 billion, they are still struggling. So at times, they have no choice than to do reconstructions.
Malam, let me tell you this. You increased your outstanding number of shares via different means. Either that you came to the market to raise additional capital, like most insurance companies did. Maybe you chose to recapitalize your profit by declaring bonuses. You retain the money, you increase the outstanding number of shares. At the end of the day, you are coming back again to reduce it. For what purpose?
Well,
now, Malam, what would you rather advocate in the market? That all equities should be like FBNH, that anytime you have it to sell, people
Very
are
liquid.
willing to buy. It is available at any point in time. All you want, or you are advocating for is a market where you see the stocks, you want to buy, it is not available. Because again, after share reconstruction, other things we need to reconsider is the shareholding structure. Now, in the case of Stanbic IBTC you are talking about, you and I have just seen how that their major company, their parent company, came to buy additional 5.4 million units. So what kind of market will you rather advocate for?
Look,
where there is float or where there is no float?
no.
What makes a market?
You look at the rules. Today, most of these bank and insurance companies had a lot of share premium. Share premium you cannot redistribute it to the shareholder as dividend, but you can increase it in the share capital. But if you do reconstruction, now the whatever you reconstruct, the reverse, you can now use it to write off your debit.
Now let me stop you, Malam.
So the law did not
No.
permit the companies to do what they want to do unless they go by share reconstruction, and that is why they see that window to reconstruct after reissuing bonuses from the premium, they reconstruct and now use the reserve to write off their.
Malam, you are an accountant.
Yes.
I'm not an accountant. The cameraman that is here is not an accountant. Obayomi is not an accountant. Yomi is not an accountant. Shegu is not an accountant. Aruna understands what you are saying. What is share premium? How is it arrived at?
Yes,
how is it
share
created?
Premium arise whenever the company issues share to the market at the price beyond the book value.
Right.
So whatever the difference is, you have to use it as share premium.
Now, for
so
example,
the book value is 50 kobo.
All right.
You now come at 10 naira.
So you have 9 naira 50 kobo.
You have 9 naira 50 kobo has to go to the share premium, and this share premium cannot be redistributed to you as dividend, but can be redistributed to you as shares. So they issue bonus to you. Now they capitalize it. Having capitalized it, they reconstruct it. So whatever they reconstruct now, go back and write off their retail. That is why Nigeria must find the way to beat the law. And that's what is happening in that case.
Malam, it is not.
Yes, now. If you cannot take it in the right hand, you take it in the left hand.
Okay. It is well. That is the best I can say. Let's go to the next discussion, which is, I think we have roughly 10 minutes or less to go. This is one of the best you can get on air in the media as far as equity investment is concerned. Now, Malam and Aruna, a typical company is under the obligation to release its results to the market at least 4 times a year: first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, now culminating into the audited full year result. In this, there are figures that are shown out, that are released to the market. You don't need to be a chartered accountant like Malam to be able to invest well in the stock market. So we are looking at how to reduce this and simplify the way you are able to pick stocks sensibly. Now, some of the things we do make use of are figures like turnover growth. Turnover growth is the total volume of businesses they did in that period, either quarter or year. We look at whether it is growing or declining. We look at the profit after tax, which is the relationship between how much that was spent in doing the business against the turnover that they made. Also incorporating the tax that they paid to the federal government. All right? And then any special is the relationship between the earning, the profit after tax now and the number of shares that have been created. Okay? And then we look at profit margin, which is the relationship between turnover of the company and actually the profit. We want to know how much is the margin that is created on every 1 naira that you have invested or that you are making. PE ratio is the relationship between the price of a company and its earning. Now, earnings yield is the relationship between the earning per share and the current price of the company. There are some other indicators. Malam, maybe you have looked at this. Are there other indicators that you think is very important that investors should look out for when a company is released? Let's look at them. We talk about them.
You see, you look at dividend yield.
All right.
Because a lot of our investors need to take home. So what you are taking home, you compare it with the market price, it will give you dividend yield.
What
and
again?
If that returns is better than putting your money in the bank, you better buy shares.
Okay. Now, aside from dividend yield, what others can you readily remember?
Well, you see, apart from the dividend yield, the other thing that I will say the investor will look is the direction, the government policies.
No, we are looking at how to take figures out of the financial. I don't know, maybe you have what other ratios?
Book value.
How do you arrive at book value?
I think it's the total value of the company divided by the number of shares in issue.
Okay, but what is the relevance of book value? Because again, as far as I'm concerned, book value will only be relevant if the company is being sold and the whole thing is going to be shared.
No, not only that, most of the book value is nothing to write home about. UNTL had a book value of 12 naira. They paid the investors when they decided to liquidate it at 2 naira. Book value is nothing. Most of this machinery, they cannot be even realizable anything. So to me, I don't pay attention to book value.
Now, madam, of all this ratio, turnover growth, profit after tax growth, earnings per share, profit margin, PE ratio, earnings yield, dividend yield that you have mentioned, how do I combine them? Which one do I hold serious? How do I impute this? How do I make use? How do I apply this in making good investment decisions, looking at the results that are being shown out? Otherwise, if I'm not able to do this, the results are useless.
I said, let them not confuse them. Take 2 or 3 is enough for you. One turnover.
2.
Any company that cannot meet the turnover of the previous one, that means somebody has taken their place and they are likely going to disappear.
Number 2.
So number 2 is after tax, and that is earnings. Because even if somebody wants to give you dividend, it's out of earning. So I don't pay attention much to dividend, I will pay attention to earning. Did you earn something? Because nobody give you what he doesn't have. So if you look at turnover, you look at earning, these 2 is enough for you to make your decision.
While you are resting, maybe I can come back to you. I've just been told we have less than 3 minutes to go. I agree with them. I don't know. Now, which one do you think I should take more seriously? Okay, let me put it to you. You are a portfolio manager. How do you deploy this to pick stocks in your portfolio?
Is the earnings yield. You know, yes, most times this figure does stand alone. Maybe when you have look at the turnover growth, you look at profit after tax growth, you look at any percent growth. But earnings yield is relating to what the earnings is to the market price, current market price. Yes, a company can make fantastic earnings. What about if the market has already factored that earnings into the price? Then it will no longer be.
Okay, now if I got you right, I don't know what you are saying is that because if I look at earnings yield, company like MTN will not be in my portfolio, true or false? Company like Nestle will not be in my portfolio in the sense that their earnings cannot match with their current price level.
But why would you buy a stock like Nestle? It's not for capital appreciation. Do you want to buy Nestle at 1,400 and sell at 1,500? It's the dividend that you'll be looking at.
Earnings, I look at it as second thought, because first turnover. A company must be growing in their turnover. So I know you are relevant in your market, you are taking other position. Because the moment you lose, we had a company that pay 1 naira 50 kobo. Zero earning. Did you buy it? No.
All right.
Because it's a dead company.
All right. The discussion is just.
Turnover is the most important.
The discussion is just starting. That's why we are the best as far as equity investment and information and education. This is the best platform. The discussion continues by the grace of God next week on this same platform. And that is how we round off, because they are there shouting. How do I go? Do I now just stop this? All right, I want to say a very big thank you to the management of Lagos Television. God will just bless you. God will bless all the management. What you are doing is to empower Nigerians. I just hope the people that matters will understand this and just continue to give what is due to this television station. And all the staff that are always available to work with us, I say a very big thank you to you. And my team, you are the best. Malam, very good. Very big thank you to you. Aruna, very big thank you to you. And those of you, particularly those that made a call, connecting somebody to this program, I want to say a very big thank you to you. All this will be on our website, stalksng.com. Until next time, when I come your way again, I'm yours sincerely in wealth creation, circulation, and preservation. Abayomi Obabulijo. God bless you. Enjoy your week.
You think I did extra? Diamond extra pass me. This December like this. Access Bank won't drop millionaire for this Diamond extra mega draw. From 6th of December until Christmas Day. One person go to win 1 million naira every day. On the 25th of December, one person go win 10 million naira. And another person go win salary for life. Salary for life means the Access Bank will pay you 100,000 every month for 20 years. You don't believe it? Race go open Diamond extra account with 5,000 naira, then increase them until you reach 50,000 naira. You will get Diamond extra account already. Just summer your account till you reach 50,000 naira. That means you don't carry leg enter the Diamond extra mega draw. The more 50,000 naira where you laugh enter the account, the more tickets you get. If you need more information, just visit www. That's it. Access more than banking.